thank you so much. And as I've heard so many other people say, that we were really thankful for being a part of such an esteemed group of people. And you never know who all else is this committed to this music. It's sort of like a thankless effort. You don't walk around hoping to just have people just thank you for everything that you do because you do it for other reasons. But it's great to be a part of a group that you know that understands what goes into promoting the music, creating venues for artists and things like that. So I really thank you guys for being a part of it. I'd say the biggest partnership for us, of course, it was we were impacted. The biggest partnership for us was the local musicians who seemed to be more inspired than anyone else. I think in this, whenever you're hearing the bad stories or the sad stories, musicians are constantly coming up with new ideas, new ways to sing, express, and make their voices heard. And I think the technology, I really relish in the idea that yeah, it was a reset, it was shut down, but it goes to show the resilience of people who really love what they do. It's not a job, you know. It's a love of what you do, and some of the other partnerships that we had, though. But I can't go any further without thanking our new director, executive director, Rashida Phillips, who came on a year ago, and also our board that's really supportive. The city of Kansas City came out in support of what we were doing. There was another group called the Jazz District Renaissance Corporation that was headed up by Congressman Cleaver. He came up with a program over this time period called Jamdemic, where we brought in artists of all genres: jazz, blues, folk, R&B, just all of it. And it was really just it was like how would you say, it was like a tribal meeting, I would say, or just when people are coming together, you get a chance to fuse the different styles together, different musicians working together. But in this opportunity that was created, we were able to stream performances. And I think we did over 60 shows there. We did streaming shows here at the Jazz Museum as well. But other people that came on board for us was like Truman Medical Center, who helped us set up a program for providing produce for jazz musicians through their wellness center. Also, an opportunity for musicians to go in and get medical records established, because you know a lot of times cats travel all the time, and you have a little pain, and you're like, well, I'll just take a Tylenol, and we'll go on. And a lot of times they just don't check in until you're about to check out, and then you have no. So Truman Medical Center helped out a great deal. The local radio stations really kicked in and helped to really get this music out that these guys were creating over this time. We also did a Charlie Parker. I don't want to say a contest, but it was like a composers forum where we picked three top winners of that particular contest, and that tend to get a lot of creative juices flowing. And I just really can't. And another person that I can't go on without mentioning as well is Bobby Watson, who was a hero for us in helping to keep people motivated. His students that he taught, who are out on the scene right now, they were very motivating. And another young guy, Logan Richardson, who is originally from Kansas City, who called up and said, "Hey, man, we're doing something really cool. You should look into this as well." And it was a program that they were calling Culture Folk. And they had started streaming musicians all over the world through that program. And it had a paywall as well. So some of these guys are really figuring out how to maneuver and manipulate these different social media pages or create their own sites to monetize these programs as well. And I think that's real promising because, as I've heard other people mention, that you've got to find a way to sustain yourself by doing this. you'd like to do it and give it to people, they receive it, and you see the reactions of people, but there's a value that has to be placed on this. And I think jazz is probably one of the few art forms that when you're having a conversation about it, it's sort of like, I don't know, wow, that's fun. You're a jazz musician. We're seeing, like you've heard a lot of people say, the first to be fired and the last to be called. And when you're talking to an electrician or a plumber, they have their fees that are set. Yeah. And if you want your water to be fixed, that plumber comes in, he charges you, and you figure out how much you need to pay for it. I'm not saying that the arts should be that strict about it, but I think a lot of times we have to look at how we market our content, ourselves, and make sure that you're saying the right things, and you're placing yourselves in the right positions so that people understand that they're not paying to see you. They're actually supporting an experience.